Check, 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 check. Oh, what voice are we going to do now? Nothing right now. We're going to keep it simple right now. Getting ready to go live. Getting ready. Gotta share the link first. Ready to go live. What's going on, Chiefs Kingdom? Can you hear me? I had such a great startup. This isn't a really annoying situation for me. I got to hear this and make sure I'm not echoing on the studio production. This is a really annoying situation for me. Okay, it sounds good. Listen, welcome back, Chiefs Kingdom. It's Monday night, not Sunday, but Monday. I'll trim off that first part when I post it with everybody else. But for the live, it is what it is. Guys, jump in the chat. Let me know what you're feeling. Let me know what you're thinking. I think you all need to relax. Chiefs Kingdom, RELAX. Do you know who our quarterback is? Do you know who our head coach is? Do you know we have the best tight end ever? And he's balling. Do you know our defense is kicking people in the teeth every week? We're 5-5. We might not rest everyone in the final week of the season. Wouldn't that be fun? to watch the starters? Can we look at the upside? Wouldn't it be fun to watch the starters in a meaningful game at the end of the season? And maybe, just maybe, by not having a 2-week break before their first playoff game, maybe they'll be a little sharper throughout the playoffs. Maybe all of this negative talk will get them fired up. Yes, first things first, we have to make the playoffs. Getting the first seed is highly in doubt. It's unlikely. It's not impossible. It's unlikely. Let's try a few voices. I want to make sure you guys can hear them. I'll check with the studio online. First of all,
let's have a little fun. It works. Yellow word for nothing, man. Helium. Gotta love that helium.
But seriously, I'm just gonna lay it to you straight, guys and gals. Y'all need to just take a big freaking chill pill, like, right now. Because this is your Kansas City Chiefs. People in the chats, online, on X talking about Andy Reid's gotta go. Patrick doesn't have it. What's going on with Spags? You'll need to wake up and smell the 3 straight Super Bowl appearances, 2 victories back to back, and knock it off. All right, it's enough of Colossus's voice.
But would you take me a little more seriously if I talk like Morgan Freeman? Would you? Because right now, when I go online, all I hear is a bunch of people talking like
the freaking Grinch, and all worried about what's going on in Whoville. What's going on with those Kansas City Chiefs? Why can't they seem to get it together? 5 wins, 5 losses. Who are they? Are they posers? Are they not what they used to be? The answer is simply this. Get a fluffle voice, mod. I turn it off, it's still playing. What's going on? Hey, knock it off. I need to reopen it. Where are you? Voice mod. Still talking like the Grinch. That's gonna go on for another minute. Let's change
to this. There we go. Back to a nice normal one. And yeah. There's no reason for everyone to be freaking out right now. Your Kansas City Chiefs are still your Kansas City Chiefs, all right? Every win this season has been a blowout. It's been by double digits. Every loss has been by 1 score. 3 to 7 points. Somewhere between 3 to 7 points. Losing a lot of games on the road. Going on the road's tougher. And if you're not focused, if you're not clicking, if you got guys making mistakes, it's going to happen. It can happen to anybody. It's happening to us. Last year, it didn't happen. We got spoiled. We got into the playoffs. We eked out wins to get to the Super Bowl, and then we got our tuchuses kicked. We have not had a loss all season long like that Super Bowl loss. We're a team that will not have one put over on us the way we did in that Super Bowl. What's going on, Gary Holland? Good to see you, sir. What's with these people, Gary? Can you tell me? Gary Holland in the chat, everyone say hello. Lurkers, feel free to say hello. Can you tell me what's going on? Because I, for one, I'm looking forward to Christmas Day. 0-17 or 17-0, still a fan? Love it. Love it. Perfect. What's with these fair weather, hey, I've been a Chiefs fan for all of 5 years, and I know what's what, and this just isn't good enough. This doesn't meet the mark. Hey, everybody out there who plays Madden and thinks that's what real football is, you need to grow up. Football's hard. We talk about it on the show all the time. Football is hard. Okay? Nobody's giving you anything. There's no reset button. I saw a quote from one of the chief pundits I will not bring out by name, but he said, it just seems like the Kansas City Chiefs don't want to press the easy button on any of these calls. They're always picking something extreme. First of all, there's no easy button. Are there simpler plays that they could execute? Sure there are. Sure there are. But there's no easy button. Nobody's giving you an inch, let alone yardage. People not real fans, fair weather fans, you said it, sir. You are correct. 1,000, 1 billion %. I'm going to go over some of the games, what's going on, what's happened, and some of the games that are coming up. The fact of the matter is, right now we're 5-5. Yeah, that sucks. We're not used to that. Oh, poor us. Poor, spoiled us. We have 5 whole wins. You know, a couple of years ago, we won 11-6 and won the Super Bowl on the road, right? We do remember that. But this team, with the best receiving core Patrick's ever had, despite missing Rice for 6 games, missing Worthy for a number of games because of injury, not having Josh Simmons for an unknown illness or family situation for multiple games, we're still 5-5. We split the games. We went through that cathedral of misery of 3 of our best players not available for extended periods, and we came out 50%, 5-5. Everybody says, "Oh no, but we had the guys yesterday." Well, Josh just got back, for one. For two, I don't know if you've been around for a long time, people. Gary has. But I always tell you on this show, when we run the ball to the running backs 20 plus times, we win 98% of the games. And when we don't do that, you flip the coin and we lose 98% of the time when we don't run the ball to the backs 20 plus times. That game was a close game, all game. We were tied, within 3, or leading for the entirety of the game. There was no reason to become entirely one-dimensional. Because even Andy Reid said at halftime, we're getting the running game going, so that's good. Okay, well, you only gave the running back 8 carries. But, you know, if you give him 12 in the second half, that's only 4 more. If you get a lead, it's easy to turn 8 into 12 with the lead because you want to eat clock. That would be 20. That would meet the mark that we're trying to hit. It's not an artificial mark. It's one of those things where it's balance creates concern on the part of the defense. They have to respect the run. And when they start playing the run, that's when Patrick becomes real deadly. Real deadly. Because those downfield shots don't have close coverage anymore. Guys start breaking open. Defensive shells start cracking. A balanced Patrick is a deadly Patrick. But when you run the ball, after saying we're getting the run game going, that's good, and then the second half you run it 5 more times, and that's it, for a total of 13 times in an entire football game, and you throw it 45 times like you're trying to come from down 3 touchdowns when you're not, you become predictable. I don't care who your quarterback is. I don't care who your coach is. They're going to sit back and play the pass and go, you're going to give us one. And we did. We gave up an interception on the road. We gave up a blocked kick, which I'll show you. There was a penalty on that right in front of the ref. Didn't call it. Should have been kicked over for the single, which would have put us up 4. Then they don't get 3 and tie it. Maybe we win in regulation by 1. Maybe they don't even get the field goal. Maybe they get pressured. It increases pressure on a team. The players posted that there was a false start right in front of Jalen Watson. And he's looking at the ref. The ref didn't call it, nothing. That was on 3rd and 15 to get a first down. Yeah, do you think that makes a difference? I think it does. You back that yardage up, and that puts all the pressure on that offense. Running game needs to be 50-50 with passing attack, or close to it. I agree. I'll take, you know what? I'll take 52-48. I'll take 55-45. At this point, I'll take 60-40 here. Our average used to be 38%, which still would put us like 20 carries and like 30 passes, something like that. We're not approaching that in these losses. And I'll show you. I'll break it down for you. You know I do. That's what I like to do on the show. Everyone's saying, oh, we should have traded for Breece Hall. Breece Hall wouldn't be carrying the football. Kareem Hunt was getting 4.9 yards a carry in the first half. He had 4.5 overall in the game. I'll show you a bunch of really good runs. There was no reason to abandon the run game. Do we forget that Kareem Hunt set the league rushing lead? He was a rushing leader in the league his rookie season. And Nags was the offense coordinator. And there were losses in that season still where he forgot about the run. They'd forget about the run. They'd press with the pass. And we'd lose football games. And they remember, oh yeah, this guy's pretty good. Let's give it to him. I'm almost over them coming around. Oh, we got a visitor in the chat. Sevlocks Hoodtails. Broncos a top dog now. Hey man, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Here's the thing though. Y'all have won 8 games in a row. Congratulations. That's awesome. That's tough to do in this league. A lot of games by single score. 5 in a row. Or 5 total in the fourth quarter. That's awesome. We had the lead with 4 minutes and change to go, and you guys came back and won. We did a bunch of that last year. Super Bowl didn't go too well. I'm not saying you guys are going to get the Super Bowl. What I am saying is, if the Denver Broncos, who we played to a standstill, and who almost lost to the Texans in a backup quarterback, and who almost lost to the Raiders, who we obliterated, can win 8 games in a row, who amongst you doesn't think the Chiefs can go on a 7-game win streak to end the season against the Colts, who have been faltering, have been starting to turn the ball over? They're still 8-2. They're still a very good team. They got Jonathan Taylor, the guy I wanted to draft. I'm going to touch on that tonight too. I found the video with me and Ryan talking about it back in the day before the draft. It was kind of sad to watch. Looking at what he's done in his career, but it wouldn't change anything because we've been to 5 Super Bowls and won 3, and anything could have happened. Who knows what would have happened? But Jonathan Taylor's on his way to the Hall of Fame, and we're going to be facing him this week at Arrowhead. Then we go on the road for the warm indoor confines of Cowboy Stadium, and then we're back home again for the Texans. And then we're still home for round 2 against the Chargers, who are faltering a lot. Then we go to Tennessee and play the Titans, who are hot garbage. Then we get Denver on Christmas Day at our house this time. And we finish it all off with the Raiders, who we obliterated 31-0 at Allegiant Stadium, where we're undefeated, including a Super Bowl victory. Who doesn't think we can win 6 of those for sure, if not 7? This Colts game is huge. This can set the dominoes falling. This is a statement game. We make a statement against the Colts. Don't underestimate them. Alec Pierce, Michael Pittman Jr., Josh Downs. They got receivers that can make. Tyler Warren, their tight end, their rookie tight end, is a stud. And of course, Jonathan Taylor. We got to get after Danny Dimes like we did the last time I was. The first time I saw the Giants play live was the Giants at Arrowhead. Danny Dimes was their quarterback, and we made a difference. That crowd, we made them go false start multiple times. We made them go offside on defense. Let's see here. What do we got here? We got some bunch of chat here. Yeah, the Chiefs don't count you out till it's done. No, sir, you shouldn't. And when I'm not counting, dude, I'm. Listen, let me just say to this Bronco fan that's bold enough to be in our chat, the league is better with the strong Kansas City Chiefs Denver Bronco rivalry. It's just better. It's more fun. It's more interesting. I like that we've had the edge for a while, but I haven't liked the just sheer utter dominance most of the time. This is nice. What's happening now is looking like, okay, this could be good for a while. Because Bo's for real. Bo can play ball. You have multiple running backs that can play ball. You got big, long, tall receivers. Your defense is sick. I don't know what's going on with the Raiders, but we got 4 head coaches in this league. We got Jim Harbaugh, Pete Carroll, Sean Payton, and Andy Reid all in the same division. It's crazy, the coaching level. Yeah. Bo Nix and Patrick around for a while. West AFC West Smash Mouth. It's going to be fun, and they're going to sling. They're going to have games where they sling it. There's going to be, you mark my words. There's going to be some multiple 40 burger games between them where they both are going like 40, 38 points. It's going to be fun to watch. You said I'm pulling for you versus the Colts. I want the number 1 seed. I believe Broncos can win anyone at home in the playoffs. I mean, I've been to that stadium twice, and one was the like I said, where we chased the sheriff off the field, and the other one was the doink heard around the world, where it looked like you guys were going to beat us, and we came back and Santos hit a kick and your guy hit the upright, and everyone was just crushed. But during the game, that stadium shakes, folks. I don't know if you guys have been there. Whoever hasn't been there, take a trip, because that stadium's a scene, man. It gets crazy. It's loud. It's violent. It's aggressive. The fans are pretty cool people. But yeah, it's something else. But kudos to you guys. You're tearing it up right now. I'm going to look at schedules and show all that stuff as well. But let's go ahead and go over to the review screen, and I can start showing some stuff when we get this thing rolling. Okay, let's go ahead and look at our game first of all. Okay, what's going on here? Why is this so far over there? Oops. Come here, big fella. There we go. Obviously, we lost 22-19 on the final kick of the game. Last second kick, a walk-off. Patrick was 29 of 45. 45 pass attempts. 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Kareem Hunt only got 13 carries. That can't happen. That's not balance. Team stats. See player stats. So 13 to 45 for us, and then the Broncos side, you got 37 passes and you got 21 carries. That's fine. I can work with that. 37-21, I can work with that. 45-13, I can't work with that, man. I don't care who the quarterback is. You're going to become one-dimensional, and a good defense is going to get you, and they got us. These numbers were all skewed Chiefs' way early in the game, and then they just pushed this way. We got them on rushing yards. Imagine that. We got them on rushing yards. with what? 8 fewer carries, counting the quarterback's carry? And Patrick's not running the ball anymore at all? Like, what's going on? He's not supposedly hurt. He was leading the league as a rushing quarterback. Of all quarterbacks rushing, he was leading the league, and all of a sudden they're taking that away from the game. I don't like that. I like that he was using it judiciously. He wasn't having to run for his life. He was running because he felt like it when the guys were covered, instead of sitting back there and taking sacks and hoping somebody's going to come open. Receiving wise, Troy Franklin hurt us. Pat Bryant hurt us. Cortland Sutton always gets a first down, a big one on us. You know, they spread it around a lot. I've noticed that during the game that Pat and Bo both hit like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they both hit 9 receivers in the game. Like, that's good moving the ball around to guys. That's great. But, you know, and Kelsey, 9 for 91 in the touchdown. But he's washed, right? According to some people, he's washed. Halo, go home. Haley, go home. Says, I'm here for some Thunder Dan positivity. Let's go. You got it, man. You're in the right place. Because here's the long and short of it. The best the Kansas City Chiefs can do right now, if they win out, is 12-5. Does anybody think 12-5 doesn't get in the playoffs? Who thinks that 12-5 doesn't get in the playoffs? Let's look at the standings. Okay, right now we're on the outside looking in. We, the Ravens, and the Texans are all at 5-5. We already beat the Ravens. We got the Texans coming up. I feel like we're going to beat them. The Jags are ahead of us. We need them to stumble a little bit because right now the Colts are dominating their division. This is the problem. The Colts are dominating, the Patriots are dominating, and the Broncos are dominating all in their own divisions. 9-2, 9-2, 8-2. And the Steelers are, just in the mix with their guys. Anybody there could win or lose. The problem is the Chargers, Jags, and Bills are all ahead of us for the wild card, and they've all beaten us. Those are 3 of our 5 losses. The Jags by 1 score. I got my little cards here. I'm going to go over it with you. Okay, first week. Let's break down the Chiefs' season so far. First week in Brazil. Why the hell, NFL? Why Brazil? and we're the away team. So we don't lose in a home game at Arrowhead. Like the Chargers lost a home game, which who cares? Because they don't really have a home stadium anyway. They get outnumbered by their fans, by other teams' fans anyway at their home stadium. But the thing about that was you have this huge flight, and then the home team stays at a hotel in or right near the stadium. The away team has to drive on a bus for 2 hours before the game. So just add on to that fatigue the players are already feeling. Lost Worthy in the first couple of plays. No Rice. Lost the football game by 6. Then we played Philly. No Worthy, still no Rice, obviously. Travis tips up the ball at the goal line for an interception as we're going in to make the lead even bigger. Lost that game by 3 to a team that destroyed us in the Super Bowl a few months before. Okay. Then we get the New York Giants. Get right time. Okay. The New York Giants. Let's get our little screen up here. How'd that go? 22-9. Won by 13. Still no Rice or Worthy. Then we get the Ravens. Lamar was playing that game. Lamar bitched out in that game, if y'all recall. Oh, I think I pulled my hamstring. Oh, no, I didn't. Next game, I'm back. He pulled nothing. He pulled himself out of the football game because he was demoralized, because he was doing nothing. Let's take a look at what nothing he was doing. 14 of 20 for 147 yards. 1 touchdown, 1 pick. He's like, let me the hell out of here. Patrick's on the other side. 25 of 37 for 270 and 4 touchdowns. Xavier Worthy going off rushing the ball. Xavier Worthy going off catching the ball. So clearly he was back. But we lost him for all the Charger game, pretty much. The Eagles game and the Giants game. Xavier Worthy came back against the Ravens, balled out. Still no Rice. Then we get the Jags. And we're winning. And we're going in for another touchdown. And we throw a pick 6 at the goal line as we're going in. Devin Lloyd, awesome linebacker. I wanted to draft him. I made a big noise about it pre-draft. If we can get this guy's a stud. Picks us off like at the 1 or just inside and takes off. Gone. Turns the game. The Jaguars, every opponent they've played this season, they've had more penalties than their opponent. Except your Kansas City Chiefs, who supposedly are favored by the refs. And yet, we got flagged 13 times to their 4 times. Lost by 3. So you're seeing a pattern here. A whole lot of stuff has to go wrong for us, for teams to eke out a win against us. Then we played the Lions with a couple of the guys cheap shotting. A couple of their great players dropping balls they don't normally drop, which helped us on a couple of drives. We dominate them 30-17. Beat them by 13. Rice returned for that. Rice returned for the Raider game. Sorry. Still no Rice. And we lost Josh Simmons that day because he just was a scratch. He just disappeared. So no Josh Simmons. Then we get Rice back the next week against the Raiders, and we dominate them 31-0. Division rival. Throw the records out the window. Andy Reid's first ever regular season shutout. So it's loss, win-win, loss, win-win, win, because the next week was the Commanders, 28-7. 28-7, how'd the scoring go in that one? Let's see, 7-7 at halftime. I remember because I got to Texas for the Austin Film Festival. I went with my cousin. I got there Monday night, the night before we started attending films, and I watched the game with him at a bar, and it was late in the first half, and I saw this shenanigans going on. I saw the touchdown by Terry McLaurin, which was not a touchdown. The only way, like right there, that's in the frame right here, his foot is all the way off the ground. He's just finally secured the ball. But they kept showing it over and over again in the replay, and they would stop it when his foot was still on the ground. They go, look, the ball's not moving and his foot's on the ground. Yeah, because it's a photograph. You freeze-framed it. Now, if you let it click and roll, you see the ball move again. The ball slides again, toe comes off the ground. Ball slides again, toes off the ground, ball stops moving. Never should have been a touchdown. If that's us, we don't get that call. 1 billion% we don't get that call. Didn't matter. We blew them out 28-7. So that means we got 21 points in the second half, which is odd because according to this guy,
It's hard, but
We don't do that.
Well, listen, we've done a good job. Obviously, there's a certain way a game's going to unfold, and this is to our advantage, we think. Offensively, we'll pick it up here. We converted some third downs. We had good field position with the return game, but the team we're playing is more of a first-half team.
Hear that?
Good field position with the return game, but the team we're playing is more of a first-half team.
The team we're playing is more of a first-half team. That's funny because the stats don't say that in this game. 21 points in the second half. So, okay, throw slag, whatever. I can't help but notice the last few games I've watched. This is no offense to the Broncos fan that's in the chat. You're golden, pony boy. You're golden. This is not you. Let me see what you're saying here. I think the Chargers are on the downslide. I believe so too. We should take that spot. 12-5 works for Gary Holland. As a Broncos fan, I can't take the Chargers serious. I'd rather have the Chiefs in the playoffs than the Chargers. Yeah, the Chargers are too flaky. Even when they get to the playoffs, they fall apart. The concern I have with your team is your coach, because I watched this game, but leading up to it, I watched the last couple of games, the Texans and Raiders in particular, and I see some cheapness. Put your unbiased fan hat on, watch your team, and I played semi-pro for 10 years, okay? If you don't know that, people that know the channel know that. You know, I've won a couple championships. I'm not a slag when it comes to football. I know what I'm talking about. But it's almost like watching a team that's coached by a guy that promotes trying to injure opposing teams, opposing players. And there was a thing called Bountygate a number of years ago, and I don't know why Greg Williams, his defensive coordinator, or Sean Payton were ever allowed to coach in the NFL again. I really don't. In a league that says it's about protecting players, when you are suspended, the head coach for a year, the defensive coordinator indefinitely, I don't know how the head coach didn't get as much of a penalty as Greg Williams did, but they were both allowed back in. Greg Williams is gone now, though. I think he just fell out of favor. You're objectively trying to get other players injured. You're hitting after the echo of the whistle. You're taking cheap shots on quarterbacks all the way through the playoffs. I don't get it. They got rewarded with the Super Bowl, cheap shotting a lot of good quarterbacks. Kurt Warner, Peyton Manning, along the way. But he's back in the league, and if I see some of that stuff leaking in, and guys play that way when they're coached that way. You can coach guys to not do stuff like that. Watch a Chiefs game. At times, they're infuriatingly unviolent. They will go to lengths to not cheap shot somebody because they don't want to get a flag, and that's just not Chief football. Now, the game's violent. You can hit people pretty damn hard within the rules of the game, and they do take some shots. But we get called for everything. I don't know if it's the red. I think that we got to get rid of the red uniform. We got to go to like an all yellow or a white and yellow because the red sets people off psychologically. It's a fact. It's not an idea or a thought. It's a fact. So when we watched the Super Bowl last year, and you know and even the first game of this season against the Chargers, Karlaftis came in on a goal line play and bumped the quarterback and laid up, and the quarterback stumbled a bit and then stayed on his feet, and he got called for roughing the passer. Makes no sense. In the Super Bowl, a DB went up against the tight end. They bumped each other in the air, and the tight end took a huge dive. I mean, flinched away like he just got hit by a guy that was 300 pounds. And pass interference on the DB when both of them jumped for the ball. Like, there's some egregious stuff that goes on. Weird calls. But just Denver's been taking some shots that I'm kind of worried about. And I want to see that go away. I don't want it to taint what they've been doing. You're a fan from the 80s. Okay, Broncos and Raiders used to try to kill each other, so I'm all about taking people's stuff, but I get what you're saying. I hear you. Trust me, I've been watching this game for a long time, and when I played, we were like that too. We had, back in those days, I don't know if you remember, but the masks weren't perfect. They weren't as all machined as well as they are now. Everything's just like laser perfect because of laser, photo, like whatever, the copying machines and everything. But before, it used to all be welded, and sometimes the bars on the front of the mask would overextend past the crossbar. They'd stick down, so they would just put rubber. They coated the mask in rubber. You remember that? They didn't just paint them; they coated them in rubber. to cover off the steel, we'd have guys that would like take the rubber off on the bottom and they'd file little fangs on the bottom and try to like cut you. I got my forearm cut. I got my chin cut open. Guy could have cut my throat. So pretty bush league, but I know what you're talking about. But guess what? I got him back within the rules of the game during the game. I knocked him out of the game pretty good. Just blocked him into the ground. Maybe kind of slid off, an elbow might have went across his jaw. Just lost my balance. What can I do? But you can keep it 100 inside the game and still be violent. But I would like them to be careful with that. But no, they played their asses off. It was a great game. Dave Portnoy had a quote for you guys really quickly, who I'm not a major fan of or anything. I don't like or dislike the guy, but I just thought it was interesting that what he had to say was, well, let's let him tell you real quick.
Insulting.
Let's see this. This is a Patriots fan, mind you.
The most insulting thing that I heard or saw all weekend was Bo Nix in his post-game interview. He's getting interviewed. I forget who was doing it. And he says, they got a good team over there. They played us hard. For Bo Nix to say that about the Kansas City, hey, give them credit. They got a good team over there. They pushed us. I was like, whoa, you're talking about the Chiefs? And by the way, the Chiefs are virtually eliminated now from winning that division.
Yeah.
So that, first of all, that part I don't agree with, because you guys got to play some games now. But I heard that and I was just like, the balls on this guy. I like it. I don't respect it. I think it's disrespectful considering what Patrick's done. But here's a newsflash for anybody that's offended by that. He's the quarterback of the Denver Broncos. It's not his job to be nice to the Kansas City Chiefs and their quarterback. So if he's going to do a little side dig of like, oh, and by the way, we just hung an L on y'all, so enjoy. Well, okay. But if there's one thing you need to know, and you, I'm sure, know this since you've been a Bronco fan since the 80s, and you've been watching Patrick whoop on people since he got into the league, one of his nicknames is Petty Pat. And I guarantee you, he's going to be sitting there with his little note chart going, okay,
All right, man. We're going to see y'all on Christmas Day now. Yeah, December 25th. I got it circled. Come on down to Arrowhead.
it's going to be a show. It's going to be a show. I hope both teams are as healthy as they can be, and it's a great match because, man, from what they gave each other this past weekend, I can't wait to see the Arrowhead version. I cannot wait to see the Arrowhead version. It's going to be amazing. This one offended a lot of people. Mitch Schwartz said, here's the thing. He's not only wrong. I had 7 RPOs, blah, blah. Okay, but there's other people. Let me see. Andy Reid throwing the man who made his entire career under the bus. Not true. Listen to what he said.
We're calling quite a few of the RPOs. So
Anybody who's not football savvy,
yesterday they were giving us
RPOs is run pass option, which means quarterback has the option. He'll slide the ball through the guy's gut, and he can read the defensive end. If the defensive end crashes down to go for the running back, he pulls out and runs around the guy. You got to have a mobile quarterback to do that. Patrick can do that. Or you can just pull it up and go, if he's not coming, look for a pass. So here we go.
opportunities to throw the football. So we utilize the opportunities.
And it's the quarterback's choice whether to run or pass. The option is his choice in the moment.
There. And those things end up being as good as a run for you. We're getting 4+ yards and you go with it.
What Mitchell Schwartz said, 6 of them got first downs or gained 5+ yards. That's great. The other guy gained 3 yards, which counts as 6 out of 7 on efficient runs when you chart them. Let's let Andy finish his comment.
But the runs are being called. It's just, sometimes they get turned into passes in today's world. That's how it goes. So, but we're getting them in now. We have some hard runs where you just get up, line up, and go. Probably could call more of those. We're calling the
hard runs or straight runs, we call them. Some hard runs there's no option. It's a run play. You're handing the ball off. We need to call more of those. We need to call more of those. There's no two ways about it. We need to call more run plays. Because I've charted this stuff since 2016. Going back to Kareem Hunt, coming into the league, when the Chiefs run the ball 20 plus times at the backs, we win 98% of the games. When we don't run it 20 plus times at the backs, it's a coin flip. Not a coin flip. It's the other side of the coin. We lose 98% of those games. We just do. And here's the thing. When we do run it 20 plus times at the backs, 98% of the time, it doesn't matter what the other team does. Offensively, it doesn't matter. We've had games where the Ravens have run the ball like 40 times against us. We ran it 22. And that's it was the Darrell Williams game, I believe, where he finished them off and grinded it out in the last quarter. Got a couple first downs, and that was it. Because when you balance the offense and they got to worry about the run, they can't focus so much on what Pat's doing. And that's when Pat gets you. That's when he gets you. So let's balance that running attack with the pass. Okay, so kudos to the Broncos. Let's move on from that game. Let's leave that in the rearview mirror. Ooh. I know Bronco fans probably going, it's too soon. Keep going. Yeah, I respect Patty, but man, I hate playing the dude. Well, I don't blame you. Now you know how we felt for how many 5-6 years of Peyton Manning. That was annoying, dude. And we had Elway before that. Please, and in Charger land we had Phillip. I hate you, but if you were my quarterback, I'd love you. Rivers. Yeah, trust me. We went through years of being the woeful Chiefs. So I have no remorse for anybody in the AFC West for the last 9 seasons watching us win the division. Now we might lose the division this year. We might. There's a chance. What do the Broncos got going on? What do they got to do? Actually, I think I have it right here. Let's leave that there. Let's go to this one. Where are you? Is this it? No, we got them up here. Okay, I'll go back to this one. The Broncos, who they got left? They got the Commanders. Will they have Jaden Daniels? If they have Jaden Daniels back, that could be interesting. I doubt it. Mariota's been playing some football, but we'll see. The Raiders played you guys to a standstill. You got to go to Legion Stadium this time. That could be interesting. You should beat the brakes off of them, but it's a division rival. Who knows? Then you got the Packers. Josh Jacobs got dinged up a little bit. They said he might even play this Sunday. If he doesn't, they hold him out and let him rest. By the time he gets to you guys on December 14th, he's going to be wanting to ball out. And they need to ball out because they need to stay relevant. Because right now, I'm not sure what their record is, but they're not sitting pretty. They got to focus up. I think it's here. Let's see. NFC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're in the wild card. They're in the wild card group, and I'm sure they want to do better than that. They're only one game behind the Bears, so they'll be looking to move up that ladder and try to win the division. And then you have the Jaguars. The Jaguars or as much as we're a Jekyll and Hyde team, win or lose, 5-5. They're a Jekyll and Hyde team, win big, lose big. Win barely, lose barely. I don't know who they are. So that could be a win for you guys. So let's say you beat the Commanders. Let's give the Raiders 1, just because I want to mess with you. So you're 10-2. Then you're 10-3. Then the Green Bay Packers get you. You're 10-4. Let's say we get you at home. That's 10-5. So the best we can do is 12-5. If you win these 2 games, and everything else happens that I said, that makes you 12-5 as well. We basically need you guys to split your games. We need you to go 3-3 down the stretch, and hope that we win out. And then it comes down to strength of opponent and all that other stuff. But if you guys mop up in the division, you'll have the tiebreakers on us. So again, we would be not the division winner. If you falter, if anything happens, God forbid, to Bo Nix, Raider hater, should be. I see us losing 2 games, 1 to you and maybe the Jags. Okay, I can see that too. So that would give you 10, 11, 12, 13 wins. I think it might be 3-3. I'm not sure. The Chargers too, though. The Chargers, who knows how they're going to be playing at the end of the season. And if they're playing for something, because they're ahead of us right now, they could be playing for their wild card spot. because we got them coming up in a hot minute. So right now, we're looking at the Colts, obviously. No, this is not it. What happened to my... I hate when this thing jumps to another season. I didn't say that. Show me the regular season. Ugh. This is like the laziest formatting of game scripts by a website. They just slump them all together year after year. Colts, then Cowboys, then Texans, then Chargers. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got them in 4 weeks. They're going to have 3 weeks left of the season before they play you guys. 3 weeks or 2 weeks? Where'd you go? I lost your Broncos. I know you're here somewhere. Maybe it's here. Maybe it's here. Maybe it's here. Nope. Wow. Way down here. There you go. You guys have them last, so they have like a number of games, and then they're going to be seeing where they're at. So it's going to be a really... This is what the NFL wanted. They want the AFC West. They want teams that are competitive, fighting it right down to the stretch. So, but after the Colts, which you can't look past them, because right now the Colts are 8-2. The Colts are balling out. Jonathan Taylor's a beast. Daniel Dimes he's playing all right. He's playing good football. He's doing what I thought he would do coming into the league. And before the now fired Brian Daboll was screwing his career up. I'm sorry, but if I was Joe Shane, if I'm the owner of the ownership, I'm like, you can't win with Danny Dimes and Saquon Barkley, and then Saquon Barkley leaves and gets 2,000 yards and wins a Super Bowl and dominates the Chiefs. He didn't, but his team did. And then Danny Dimes is doing what he's doing in Indianapolis. I don't know how Joe Shane and it didn't go out the door with him when they fired Brian Daboll, but everybody went, well, Brian Daboll was great with the Bills. Well, maybe he just had Josh Allen, because when he was our offensive coordinator, he was not good. It was not good. But I wish him well. Wish everybody the best. I don't begrudge anybody having a job. Just, we'll see what happens. There's some coaches that are better offense coordinators, defense coordinators, and there's some that are great head coaches. Chargers would be a waste of space in the playoffs. All they do is choke 27-0 leads. True. Dariel Miller's in the chat. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Miller, good to see you. Let's see here. If we lose to the Colts, we have little chance making a wild card spot. No, we have plenty of chance. We could still be 11-6. We won a Super Bowl at 11-6. You guys got to stop believing the hate and the naysayers. They want to drag you down. They want to make you feel crappy. I have a question for you. Let's get a little inspiration. We'll look at this in a minute. This is me and Ryan Tracy. I want to talk about that in a second. Let's get a little inspiration right now, real quick, on behalf of at the efforts of Mr. Gladiator, Russell Crowe. So what happens if the Chiefs do that to the next 6 opponents? And then we're finishing the season off with the Arrowhead, with the Allegiant Stadium game against the Las Vegas Raiders. If we sweep the next 6 and we're going into Allegiant against the Raiders with the playoffs on the line, with possibly the division on the line, possibly even the 1 seed on the line. We'll go over that in a second too. This is a team, ask yourself, I saw this, we'll come back to this in a second. I saw this guy. Where's this dude? This dude is a sorry mother. Where'd you go? Get your face out here. Oh, where are you, sad sack? Oh, I want to call this guy out. There's a Pats fan out there that's throwing some hatred around. Is this the one? No, that's Pat McAfee. Anyway, it was a Patriots fan who is basically saying if the Chiefs don't make the playoffs, I don't want to hear any more comparison about the Patriots in the Chiefs as a dynasty. And to that, I'm like, what are you talking about? What's the worst the Patriots did with Tom Brady as quarterback? Not make the playoffs multiple times. Not get back to a Super Bowl for a decade. What's the worst Patrick Mahomes has done since becoming a starter? Not make the Super Bowl twice. And both of those times lost the AFC Championship in overtime. Both times. Not regulation, didn't go out quietly. Lost the AFC Championship in overtime twice. I think we've locked up Dynasty already. That's done. That's a done deal. The only question is, do we catch you in Super Bowls? And there's people like Bo Nix and Justin Herbert that are going to have something to say about that. And they're going to be trying to do that. And they're trying to do that right now. But in the meantime, Patriot fan needs to shuddy. I know you're all a little high on Drake May. You're drinking a Drake May and Mike Vrabel Kool-Aid. Mike Vrabel's got a way of getting to the playoffs and not being the best head coach in the world. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure he's a nice guy. He's a great player. But it's big boy time when the playoffs come around. And he had some good teams with the Titans, and they couldn't get it done in the playoffs. Just saying. But when you have a team that's never done worse than losing the AFC Championship, this is what I feel that their response should be to anybody who bitches and complains when they get a little bit of a rough start after all the years of winning and all the years of setting KC records and setting NFL records. This is the only thing I think they have to say to anybody that's a fan that says they're a fan and complains about them. The volume at.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Let's hear that one more time.
Is this not why you are here? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Football games are meant to be in doubt. It's so much more fun when you're in doubt, when you're not sure of what's going to happen. Now, don't get me wrong. It is fun to sit and cool your heels. I'm sure the Eagles were loving, sitting there in max relax mode last Super Bowl, just dominating us. Because they're those guys. They like to dominate and just be egomaniacs and go, look at us, we're the top of the world. Forgetting that we beat them in the Super Bowl a couple years before. And everybody still says, oh, Jalen Hurts outplayed Patrick Mahomes. Really? Because I don't think turnovers are a part of being the better quarterback. All Patrick did was not have a single drive go without a score in the second half and win the fucking Super Bowl. Yeah, I said it. Fuck the Super Bowl. Let's go. Let's get back to another one. Let's get back to the chats really quick. Cowboys just beat down the Raiders. Go. Brian Schottenheimer. Let's go. Good for you. Chargers will be a waste of space. We got that one already. Every offseason you hear the Chargers will be the team to beat. LOL. Yeah, Daryl. It's never changes, right? Since I lived in LA, it was like that. This is the year the Chargers. No, this is the year. Okay. Looking at tiebreakers, let us know what's going on. Pats fans already trying to come at us as well. They act like the Broncos ain't been slapping them up for a whole life. We own the Pats. Do you guys play them? You don't play them. Well, maybe in the playoffs. One of us might play them. Hopefully one of us has a chance, hopefully, at them. Because I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that matchup. But anyway, that was my point, was with the Russell Crowe thing. Before I move on from the Colts, just want to give you this little tidbit this is from 2020, 5 years ago, pre-draft chat. And I talk about it on the show. And just so you know, I'm not shooting bullets and shooting blanks. This is legit. This is what I've felt since then. We're getting ready to pick bottom of the first round. This is about a couple weeks before, I think. And I was like, people are like, you don't draft running backs in the first round. You don't draft. I'm like, Dame Dash made the difference in us winning that Super Bowl that year. Everybody said, oh, you're not going to outrun Derrick Henry. Guess what we did? You're not going to outrun the Texans. Guess what we did? You're not going to outrun the 49ers. They could have three running backs that could go over 100. None of them did. Only Dame Dash went over 100. Damian Williams. And I was like, we need another back because all the backs were going. If you want to watch the clip, it's on there. Just look it up. Chiefs Kingdom Corner, Draft Crush with Thunder Dan. If you look up RJR Football and NFL Draft 2020, it'll pop up. Maybe I'll put a link later. But we talked about it at length. Notice I have no beard. My hair is very short. This is for a movie I did a little while ago. It was a lot of fun. I am an actor. But I was calling for it then. DeAndre Swift, J.K. Dobbins, and Jonathan Taylor all came out in that draft. And I said I'd take any three. I'd say if they're all still there at 32, maybe we'll trade out. Maybe somebody will want a quarterback or something. Maybe we can trade back, get more picks, and still get, if we trade back 4 or 5 spots, maybe we can trade back and still get one of those 3 guys. I would have been happy with any of the 3. But the one I wanted was Jonathan Taylor. And people were like, but the fumbles. To which I said, but back-to-back 2,000-plus yard seasons in college, when you're getting over 400 carries and everyone knows you're getting the ball, you're going to have some fumbles. But not everybody's going to have 2,000 yards twice. And then you come to Kansas City, you're not going to have to carry the ball 200 times. How good are you going to be then when you're fresh? Here's the proof in the pudding.
But I'm wondering, what if you give a 4.39 guy like Taylor, hey, you're going to be the primary back? You're not going to carry the ball more than 180, 190 times a season. So he doesn't have to do all that. He gets to rest a lot more. He gets to focus on ball protection, ball security, because when he scoots, it's a different thing. Like, I like JK a lot. He's got really shifty moves, and he can scoot away from most guys. If Taylor gets a crease, man, it's over. Like, he gets past the first level, and it's like Christian McCaffrey. It's like, bye.
His explosion is good. But I agree with you. Like, you got to limit his reps. So let's boil it down.
Well, I mean, any running back we have,
you're saying take somebody
reps, right?
at 32 instead of trading back, or you're open to both?
I'm open to both. I honestly think if you trade back into the top 5 of the first round, we could still get one of those guys, and you get, what is it, a 4-year guarantee? Because if people worry about wear and tear, I mean, you know what? Come to Kansas City, we're going to roll you till the wheels fall off. No, not really, because we don't run the ball that much.
Unfortunately, we don't run the ball nearly at all. So it's a little too on the nose with that one. But imagine what the Chiefs would be like right now, as great as they are, if all the time we had Clyde Edwards-Helaire, instead we had Jonathan Taylor. And apparently Clyde's a great guy. The team loved him. He won me over our second Super Bowl win, where he was on the sideline and not dressed, and super supportive of Pacheco. I was like, I like this guy. That's a cool cat. It's a cool cat. Good man. But he's not Jonathan Taylor. He's not DeAndre Swift. He's not even J.K. Dobbins. You guys have J.K. Dobbins, Denver Bronco fan. How you liking him? Sucks that he had to go on IR, but he's a heck of a player when he's healthy. And that was the thing with him. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the sub. Don't usually mess with a lot of Chief content creators, but you seem like a cool Chief fan. Salute. Thank you, sir. Denver Broncos salute for you in the end zone. I do that a lot when I play Madden. I'm going to play Madden after this. But yeah, I try to talk about other stuff too, not just the Chiefs, but a lot of football stuff, and we'll talk about life stuff too once in a while. But we're focusing on football tonight. I was going to get into a bunch of plays. I'm going to save those for Wednesday's show when Hong's here. Hong Forrest, my co-host. But getting back to the games really quickly, so I want to sum this thing up soon for you guys. It's been almost an hour. Yeah, really quickly, once again, versus the Chargers, lost Worthy, had no Rice, lost by 6 in Brazil. What the fuck? Against Philly, no Rice, no Worthy. Travis tips the ball to the defense, lost by 3. Against the Jags, no Rice, pick 6 at the Jags goal line. That's a 14-point swing, lost by 3. 13 penalties for us, 4 for the Jags, whatever. The most penalized team in the league. But we get all the benefit of the doubt from the rest, right? Okay. Versus Buffalo, record high performance by Josh, record low performance by Pat. Lost by 7. Still no Josh Simmons. Lost by 7 at Buffalo. KC versus Denver. I put in capital letters, abandoned the run. Lost at Denver by 3 in the last second field goal. Conversely, against the Giants, won by 13. Still no Rice or Worthy. Against the Ravens, got Worthy back, won by 17. Still no Rice. Against the Lions, first game without Josh Simmons, still no Rice, won by 13. Very explosive team, beat him by 13. Is that Patrick's first win against Jared Goff or second? I can't remember. But Jared Goff usually beats us, which is annoying for me. Versus the Raiders, obviously blew them out. Rice returned 31-0. Still no Josh. First shutout of Andy's career, awesome. Washington won by 21, scoring most of that in the second half. So your Kansas City Chiefs are not to be fucked with. Your Kansas City Chiefs are 5-5. If they win 5 in a row, and all that's left on the table is Christmas Day against the Broncos at home and January 4th against the Raiders at Allegiant Stadium, who's more nervous? Us, the Broncos, or the field, the rest of the league? Who's more nervous? If we run the table, if we beat the Colts, the Cowboys, the Texans, the Chargers, and the Titans, and we're sitting there at 10-5, who's going to think we're not getting in the playoffs? Because let's look at the Chargers. Chargers just got destroyed 35-6 by the Jags. They're going to have a competitive game against the Raiders. I just think they are. They blew them out 20-9 earlier in the season. Bowers is back. They're starting to get things moving a little bit. They had some runs today. The Cowboys are just a better team than the Raiders, and that's not saying much because the Cowboys are not very good right now either. Then they got the Eagles. How's that going to go? Then they get us again at Arrowhead. How's that going to go? So let's call that 2 losses right there. Then they got Denver at Denver. How's that going to go? Let's call that 3 losses. So if right now they are, let's see here. Are they 6-4? No. 7-4. They're 7-4 right now. 1, that's 7-5, 7-6, 7-7. The best they can do is 10-7. So that would put us in front of them. That'd be good. Then we get the Jags. Jags got beat by the Texans with a backup quarterback. Almost lost to the Raiders. Should have. Got destroyed by the Rams. Got boned up by the Seahawks. Should have lost to us. They got the Cardinals coming up, who they would have lost to. No, they didn't. They didn't play them yet. Who was it that would have lost them? The Colts. I believe it was the Colts that would have lost them. We'll look at the Colts real quick. Where's the Colts schedule? Where are you, Colts? I don't know how to find you. I'm just going to go like this and cheat my way back in. There you go. Boing. They beat the Colts. The Colts beat the Cardinals. But if it wasn't for DeMarcado dropping the ball on his way into the end zone, they'd lose to the Cardinals. You know that, right? They had a tough battle against the Chargers, who don't look good. They doubled up the Titans. They lost to the Steelers. They should have lost to the Falcons. Raheem Morris, great defensive coach, not a good head coach. It's his second go at it. His clock management is awful. They got some bad officiating in that game. I watched. They just got screwed over. And I'm not an Atlanta fan just because I live in Georgia. They've got a good team there. They've got some good players. They got boned in that game in Berlin, I think it was, or some. I don't know. It was overseas. Colts got us next. Texans, division rival, playing kind of hot. They got them twice. Seahawks and 49ers are no joke. And they got the Jags twice. So they're 9-2. If we beat them, they're 9-3. If they split with the Texans, they're 10-4. Lose to the Seahawks and 49ers, they're 10-6. Then they got the Jaguars twice. So do they go 12-6? Sorry, 11-6? They go 10-7? Look, I'm not sure what they're going to be, but we'll see. We'll see. The first seed is not out of the balance yet. The Broncos, I think, have the inside track because what wins championships? Defense, right? So they say. The Colts aren't playing D like the Broncos. They're not. Chiefs are. We were nut to nut in that game. It was brutal. It was knockdown, drag out, Donnybrook. And that's what you want to see in this division. We get the Cowboys coming up. I don't even worry about the Cowboys and Eagles because aside from beating them, which we got to do, they're NFC. So it doesn't affect our schedule really. Not really. The Colts versus us. Where'd that go? Come back here. There it is. Let's go back to our schedule again. The Titans. Does anybody think that we're not beating the Titans? I mean, if we lose to the Titans, just all bets are off. Like, I don't know what this team is if we lose to the Titans. The Cowboys could be a problem. The Cowboys could play us. It's Thanksgiving Day. It's Cowboys Day. We'll see. We'll get some of that Alex Smith love because when he played for the Redskins, he beat the Cowboys. Or were they the Washington football team then? I don't know. But the Titans right now? Titans right now are 1-9. Are they 1-9 or 2-9? I can't remember, but they're not good. They're not a good team. They're just not. So let's go ahead and beat them. All right, let's make sure we beat them. There's no reason not to beat them. Anything else I want to cover? Because I'm going to cover the stats. Oh, by the way, there's no precise daily forecast for December 25th, but the long-range forecast from the Old Farmer's Almanac indicates that the period covering December 20th to 28th, 2025 is expected to be sunny and mild for the Heartland region. So, Lord willing, book some more jobs, get Christmas squared away, and be able to get a ticket for this game right here. Circled on my calendar. Christmas Day, evening rather, 8:15 at night. That's the game to see. We'll be watching out for those guys. Let me share the charger with my family. Here you go. As we wrap this thing up, one more check in the chat really quick. We only have 5 picks this year. How many sacks do we have? We don't have a bunch of those either. Appreciate the Sevlocks, Hood Tails. Dan, the Chiefs have to draft Notre Dame running back number 4, Love. Would be a great pick for the KC Chiefs. Remind me on Wednesday, and I'll pull up his tape and we'll take a look at him. I see Dario. We basically beat the Colts, my friend, too. Damn field goal. Oh, what happened? Did they get you? The Colts get you? Double check your schedule again here. Ooh, yeah. That's balls. See, I was thinking, watching the game yesterday, I was just like, now I would have rather we lost the game last year and you guys blocked our field goal, or you guys, made your field goal against us and saved that Leo Chenal block for this season against you guys. That would have been better because we didn't need all those wins last year. We needed that one yesterday, but it is what it is. What are you going to do? But yeah, let's take one real quick look at the NFL passing stats before we move on. For all the people that are forgetting about Patrick Mahomes in this MVP race. Where is he in yards? Oh, he's only top 4. Let's see, touchdowns. Touchdowns, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's top 8, but he's also got a bunch of rushing touchdowns. 40-plus yarders, he got 5. Bo's got 4. 20-plus yarders, he's got 34, which is a nice number by this time of the season. Longest is 61. Sacks, he's been sacked 20 times. Middle of the pack. But passing yards, he's right up there with the top guys. Drake May leading the league. That's crazy. Go Drake May. Good for him. Justin Herbert, you got to stay healthy, dude. Got to stay healthy. Heck of an athlete. Danny Dimes, 15-7. Patrick, 18-6. Touchdowns to interception ratio. So he's not even out of the MVP race yet. And I hear a lot of people talking a lot of ish about him. Let's go and see. He's not in the top. He's not on the first page of running backs, of rushers anymore. Kareem Hunt's in the second page, though. Isaiah Pacheco's in the second page for a team that can't run the ball. So is Patrick Mahomes. He's got 48 carries for 288 yards and 4 touchdowns. So don't sleep on QB1, number 15, running the football in important moments against the Colts next weekend, whatever you want to call it, a week from yesterday, because the dude's coming. Let's go back to the chatting screen so we can say goodbye real quick. Look, I can give you guys all the stats in the world. I can bring up charts and I can bring up numbers and write a bunch of information down for you guys. And I'm going to show you a bunch of clips on Wednesday. We're going to look at some, first of all, if you guys want to do your own homework and root around a little bit and want to have a little fun, go watch the All 22 on NFL Plus if you have it. If you don't, just watch the highlights, the highlight clips from the Denver and the Chiefs game, and you'll see. I'm going to show them on Wednesday, but receivers got to catch balls that hit them right in the hands. Tyquan Thornton is a lot of fun to watch. He's got to stop falling down every time he runs a route. Every time he catches a football or a ball gets close to him that he drops, he falls to the ground. We had guys like that when I played semi-pro, and I'd hear my receivers coach yelling, "Stay off the ground. Keep your feet." A good receiver keeps his feet. And the other thing is, run your damn route. Run to the whole route. Don't slow down thinking you're going to outrun Patrick Mahomes' arm, because you're not. Even Xavier Worthy's not going to. Tyquan Thornton's not going to. And if those two aren't on this team, no one is. I don't want Patrick aiming the football. I want him throwing the ball in timing. And I want the guys to run full out. I'm going to show you on Wednesday. The 2 early overthrows, Worthy by about 3 yards and Tyquan Thornton by about 5 or 6 inches, they both stop pumping their arms. When you watch a sprinter race, it's all, the hands are knife hands, they're coming up, they're running. Nobody lets their hands hang down by their side, because that's how you slow down. And Xavier started slowing down with about 4 strides to go in the route. That's 4 yards easy. That takes 4 yards off of your stride. For every step you take with your hands down, you're losing a yard. Your stride just gets narrower. Not as quick. The up and down doesn't happen as quick. And Tyquan Thornton just falling down at the end of the pattern. Like I just, even the one where he got bumped by the DB for the 61-yarder, they were separated. And the DB was falling to the ground. If that's Randy Moss, that's a catch and a touchdown. Think about how good he's doing for us, the big, long catches, and how much better he would be if he would stay on his 2 damn feet. Just throwing it out there. If you can do it, that'd be awesome. I'm going to wrap it up right there, guys. I want to say thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for being in the chat, guys. Anybody lurking in the background, we love you. Hopefully you'll come talk to us on Wednesday. Beach won't take a running back until round 7. Hey, we got a good one, though. Pop never went to an NFL football game. Isaiah Pacheco. Do you know this? Fans in the chat. Isaiah Pacheco never went to an NFL football game until he became an NFL football player. And his first season in the league, he won the Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs. That's friggin' epic. That's awesome. And I said this 7th-round pick would not only make the team, we'll go back and look at that footage next time maybe. He would not only make the team, but he'd be starting by week 6. He'd be taking Clyde's job. That's what he did. It's week 6 or week 7, but I was pretty close. Justin Watson, people thought was a camp hands. Wasn't going to make the team. I said he's not only going to make the team, he's going to contribute. He's going to help us win games. He had some of the deepest catches for the Chiefs his few years with the team. I miss Justin Watson. I like him. Root for that guy. Hope he's doing all right. Anyway, guys, it's been a dime. It's been fun. It's been good times. I appreciate y'all. I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat for joining the show tonight. And, as always, Bronco fan, you're new to this, so let you have it. Well, we always end the show with the same thing, 2 words, every single time. Go Chiefs.